Here's something we don't hear talked about enough in the VA space. There's a medical gap that's costing otherwise strong claims, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it today. We see this across VSOs, accredited agents, and even law firms. So you have the diagnosis, the service records are there, and the claim is filed correctly. You check all the boxes. On paper, that case looks solid, yet it still gets denied. How does that even happen? And it's not because the evidence isn't there. It's because the medical reasoning behind that evidence isn't clearly explained. The records, they show that condition, but they don't clearly answer what caused it, how it relates to service, or why it's at least as likely as not connected. So when the VA evaluates that file, they're left filling in the gaps themselves. And they're not always medical. Well, most likely they're not medical experts. And they rely on that C&P exam. So when that happens, they don't fill those gaps in your favor. They default to alternative causes, lack of continuity of care, insufficient rationale. So what it looks like a strong case from a documentation standpoint can still break down from a medical reasoning standpoint. That's the gap we see most often. Not the missing records, not bad claims, just unclear medical explanation. That's where we typically come in. We work alongside VSOs, accredited agents, law firms, helping the veterans clarify the medical side so that the evidence already in the file actually holds up. And what we're seeing more often now is veterans starting to recognize that piece too. They're going back to their representatives and asking for help, making sure that the medical reasoning is clearly explained. Because at the end of the day, stronger explanations lead to stronger cases. If you're seeing outcomes that don't match the strength of your case, there's usually something happening on the medical side that isn't being fully explained. And following up with a medical nexus may be something that's helpful in your claim.